They say good things come to those who wait. Well, guess I'm gonna be at least an hour late. You've been so good to me, allow me to demonstrate. Hey, real loving, you don't have to wait. Now come closer, yeah. You pick me up, keep me up when I'm feeling under. When I'm feeling undone. Oh secret, oh secret, oh secret. You're the one I've been keeping. You are the one, yeah.
Happy Sunday, welcome to Doek and Thai. My name is Bonang and this is my husband. His name is Bokamoso, but he prefers to go by Kali. Weirdly enough.
I have a lot to say, but let me get the stick of truth.
And welcome to our platform. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel on YouTube, and thank you to everyone who has liked the page on Facebook. We are immensely grateful to have you, and welcome to another episode. So, how are you doing, my love?
I'm great. Every time you say he prefers to go by, I feel like it's the same thing when somebody says, I don't mean to offend you, or no offense, but you know you're about to offend someone. So if I prefer to go by a certain name, just address me by that name, no? Or just call me husband, Habs, Poncho, no. What's the other one?
You hate?
What's the other one that you use for me?
Booba.
And then there's what's the other one that used to be mine? I had a pet name and then one I gave it to our dog.
Boo.
No, there's another one.
Boo.
What do you call Riley?
What do you call Riley?
Yes, the tiny dog.
Right.
No, there's another pet name that used to be mine and then you gave it to the dog.
Punchunun.
No. But there's another one that used to be mine.
Oh,
and now you call the dog that, which is very confusing because... No. What is it now? I forgot.
Wow.
But it's not Punchunun. So Honorikins in the living room and then the dog is outside. One calls and then I answer and the dog barks. Like, oh no, what the is a man in the center. But a big shout out to you for being here. Happy Mother's. Can you do that together? Like the Happy Mother's Day? 3, 2, 1. Happy Mother's Day! Yes, to all the mothers who watch this. And Happy Mother's Day. Do I wish you a Happy Mother's Day because you are a potential mother? I know there's always an argument around that.
It's okay, baby. I'm not a mother yet. It's fine.
Alright, so Happy Mother's Day to both my mothers, my mom and my mom-in-law. And Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers I know. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who watch this channel. Today we're actually just dedicating this episode to all the mothers. We want to celebrate you. It's your day. What else did I want to say? So if you're watching this and you haven't texted your mom or called them or written them a letter, people still write letters today, or an email, just pause and do that, and then you continue watching this, because I often see a lot of people posting their moms on WhatsApp and Facebook. At that time, you tell her your mom is not even on those platforms. A part of me then thinks, okay, it's cool, you're showing your mom off to the world or to your friends, you're celebrating them, but don't forget to call. Even if you do that, it's still fine, but call them and just wish them well on Mother's Day, right? So my baby, today we wanted to like I said, take this time out to celebrate mothers, and now we're going to be celebrating our moms because we share mothers now. I agree we switch. Once you get married, you switch mothers, right? So do you prefer the switched mothers or do you want to go back?
I don't understand.
Before we were married, you had your mom, I had my mom. But after getting married, my mom became your mom and your mom became my mom. So we switched. So how are you liking the switch?
I don't think we switched, but
we switched.
Carry on with life.
We switched. So today we're going to be celebrating those two women and all the mothers we know. And we thought, what better way to do it than to share our fondest memory with our mothers, right? Is it share our fondest memory with or of our mothers? Share our fondest memory of our mothers, or memories that we've had with our moms that we thought were great, life-changing, or just funny, right? Yeah, so you can start. What's the fondest memory you've had with your mom?
fondest memory I've had with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, just pick one or two. Maybe funny and then life changing.
So while I was living in Doha,
Mm-hmm.
my mom came to visit.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I remember.
So I'm sleeping. I'm not sleeping. We have curfew, and then
Was this COVID or was this curfew?
before COVID.
Oh, okay.
Curfew as in when I lived in Doha, when I was crew.
Oh, okay.
So we have curfew, and I can only leave the building at a certain time.
So I
can only leave the building at a certain time. So my mom's flight landed before that time.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the clock to strike so that I can leave for the airport, right? And the clock finally strikes. Kinayo, I grab a taxi. I'm on my way to the airport. And on my way to the airport, I get a call. Who this person is, I don't know. And I'm skeptical of answering calls when I don't know the people, because I used to get a lot of weird calls in Doha. I think it was someone's number, then it became mine. Yes. So I get the call. I'm like, hello? It's my mom. She's like, where are you? I'm like, whatever do you mean?
Whose number is this?
I'm like, whatever do you mean? She's like, where are you? The first time I'm like, hello, mama, whose number is this?
In a foreign country.
She's like, oh, I just went to the help desk, and
okay.
they said they'd call you.
Yeah.
Hey, so that freaked me out. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I was like,
you thought she'd just wait.
I thought, you know what? She's just an elderly lady. She'll just come to the airport, sit gingerly, sit quietly. Not my mother. She's like, it was quite easy to find. Like, I walked out of the terminals and I looked around. I don't see you. She's like, then I see the help desk. So I went to the help desk.
Yeah.
And she called me. So then I picked her up, and now comes the funny part. My mom had packed formal clothing only. Only. I think there was a miscommunication between us because Qatar is very conservative.
Yeah.
I told her to bring like
conservative clothing,
long sleeves.
But she's conservative.
Long sleeves, you know. And she might have misinterpreted it, and she came with formal wear. And then we had to go shopping because no, she wasn't wearing a suit per se, but it was like formal slacks and a shirt. And when we looked through her suitcase, it's all very formal clothing. I'm like, Mama,
wow,
what are you gonna wear when we go to the mall, when we go to the beach, when we go?
Yeah.
So then, yes, we had to go shopping, and she loved it. She was quite happy. So
yeah,
I think
fondest
that's
memory.
one of the fondest memories of my mom.
Nice.
That call keeps me up. It's so weird. Next time, and yes.
Yeah, sounds like mom. All right. You wanna share another one, or should I share and then you share?
Sure, man.
Okay. Mine takes me back to, let me see. I did my standard one in 99. 99, so standard one.
What?
Yeah, my standard one I did in 99. Then 2000 I was standard 2, 2001 standard 3, 2000 and... I'm trying to figure out what I get standard 4 at what year, in which year. So help me add, what is 03 again? Yeah, 99. Were you? No, you so like it. Babe, I was quite young. I'm not saying I was.
Oh my
I was doing standard
Lord.
1. I think
I was 3.
I was 6.
I was 3.
Yeah, I was 6. So.
Yeah.
Wait, does that add up? 3.
It adds up. Yeah.
Oh, it adds up 3 years ago. Yeah, so I was 6 doing my standard 1. 99. 03. I was doing my standard 4.
Yes, man. I'll carry on. Really bad.
3 minus 1 plus 2 divided by 1. 03 again. Yeah, 2003 I was doing my standard 4. So, okay, background of the story is the primary school, then I did my preschool. There was a primary school, that's where I did my preschool. That's where I did my preschool. And then shortly after that, I think I was bright at preschool. So instead of staying for 2 years, which kids would normally do, I did my preschool for only a year, and then I skipped, went to standard 1. Right? Hindsight, mistake, right there. So I started my standard 1, similar way to kind of go preschool, you don't really do much. Sleep, snack, sing, play, there isn't really much that you do. Learn to write your name. So go to primary school. Stuff started getting real now, hey? Like education started having to learn how to write, how to read, how to listen, all of that. And then it turned out I wasn't quite ready for that environment, right? So I started failing. Standard 1, I was getting like D's and...
Oh yeah,
I was getting D's and E's, right? From standard 1 up to around standard 4. And then the background here is I couldn't quite read. That was the problem. It's not like I could read and I was getting stuff wrong in class. I could, like, a teacher would write sentences on the, you remember the blackboard? I get more blackboarding. And then I just see, okay, that's an A, that's a C, that's an A, that's a C, that's an I, that's an A. I could tell, the different letters individually, but having to put them together was the task. So I couldn't do this until I was in standard 4, right? Failing, kind of how it knocks on my confidence a bit. It knocks on my self-esteem. I was a clean kid at school. I remember my mom told the story at my birthday, right? Like my birthday lunch a couple of weeks back. So I was clean, teachers loved me, I was disciplined. The only thing I couldn't do right was read or write, right? I couldn't put words together. I think if I went to like maybe a private school, I would have been diagnosed with some sort of ADHD or something.
Learning disability.
Yeah, some sort of learning disability, because I just found it hard to put words together, right? Now, this went on until standard 4. My mom sits me down because we were friends. I mean, from a very young age, we just had that bond, with my mom. So she sits me down, we try to do homework together, but things are just not... Yeah, things are not coming together. I still can't read. I try my best. After school, I don't go play with other kids. I sit down, I try to read, but it's just not coming together. So my mom has a friend conversation with me. One pizza, come sit down, we talk on Tare. This is after I finished my standard 4, right? And she says, I think you should repeat standard 4 and see if this will still continue, if this would be the pattern, if you repeat it. I'm like, hey, mama, no. Kind of my friends are gonna laugh at me. 2, they're gonna finish primary school before me, all the things that a kid would say. Nah, let me just keep trying. Maybe when I get to standard 7, which is the crucial standard, I would possibly be able to read at that time, right? Yeah, so we have that conversation for about a week. Right? Schools are closed, so we have that conversation back and forth. She tries to get me to warm up to the idea of repeating standards, but she's not getting through to me. I'm like, no, man, we're going to standard 5. I want to finish primary school. I'll try my best to pass standard 7. But looking at my report card, I'm still getting D's and E's, right? So mom is like, okay, cool. Schools reopen. As we would normally do, get new uniform, get stationery. I'm that clean kid, Image still maintained. I go to... So what would normally happen with schooling is you'd sit in your format class. Like if you're doing standard 4, the next year you'd still go to your standard 4 class, and then that week would just be the transition period to go to your standard 5 class, right? So I'm sitting in class there chilling, we're happy, and we're moving on to standard 5. I see my mom outside. She didn't tell me she was coming to school. I'm like, what is this lady doing here? Kembwana, she's there talking to... I think my former teacher, and who was supposed to be my next teacher for standard 5, she's there, they're having a chat. After assembly, he puts on, as a kid, if your mom is coming to school, you want to pick out that outfit. Okay, no, you can wear this, you can't wear that. I just rocked out. My heart. What is she? Is there an emergency? I see that she's conversing with these teachers. Ban pizza. They call me outside. They're like, yeah, no, repeat, but I've talked to your teachers and they agree that you should repeat. Hey, me, repeat! Standard 4 again, my whole squad is there, my class is there, they're moving on to standard 5, right? Like, repeat, mama, no, we talked about this, I'm not repeating, so no. And she says, Gary, you are repeating standard 4. The minute she said that, and then the teachers kind of agreed, okay, no, let's try standard 4 again and see how things go, maybe he'll learn to read. Tears started. I started crying, and I'm there crying. My classmates are looking at me. Hey, what's going on? So now I have to take my bag, and I have to move on to like go join a new class. Same time, like this was it was very easy. I don't think that was admin at all. That was then. It was just the parent talking to teachers, and then I have to go to like a whole different class, a different teacher. And when I saw that week, I was so mad at my mom. I didn't eat. I didn't speak to her because I couldn't quite understand why I was repeating. You know, we had that conversation and had that agreement. Hold on, let me just keep trying. But I think she, as a parent, she had to decide, you know what, repeat and see if something happens. So, luckily enough, or miraculously, right? The lady who Mampolokang, you know, a big shout out to her, to Mampolokang, on Twitter, standard 4, and I repeated. She became very close with my mom and me, and she understood the situation that I was in, where I couldn't read. So after school, I would remain, right? And then she just asked me if I could say any book from the little library that was in my corner and try to read. So over time, I just started slowly learning how to read. I would butcher words, she'd correct me. And first semester ever in my life, it's not even a semester. First term, standard 4 after I repeated, I got like a grade C, which was unheard of for me, right? I moved from being the lowest in class to like somewhere in the bottom, somewhere in the middle, I mean. So I got a C, you know, I got a little excited. I think that's when I started warming up to the idea of, you know, repeating, having repeated, and I kind of got where my mom was coming from. Fast forward, when I finished standard 4 that year, I was like number 1, number 2 in class. I was getting A's now. I could read, I could write, and then that's when the reading bug hit me, because for so long I couldn't read. But when that happened, I could then read. I started enjoying reading, understanding what reading was, understanding words. And from then onwards, I was just the best kid in class. Like I was fighting for position somewhere in the top 5. That's how I always was until today. So yeah, for me, that's like the most memorable thing that my mom ever did. There's so many, but that's the one that I could single out, because if she hadn't done that, right? If she hadn't stood firm and made that decision, God knows where I would be today, you know? So it's because of her that I am who I am today, and I'm the man that I am, and married to such a beautiful woman. Maybe. We don't know. Because I don't think I would have made it to university, you know, with those grades. So a big shout out to mom and all the mothers who do the most for their kids, you know? Yeah. You're very quiet, babe, listening to this. You know the story. Why are you so quiet?
No.
I think I know why you're quiet. If we were to have kids, they might have the same, you know.
No.
They might be slow. I was a little slow growing up, yeah.
No, so that's understandable, but as a parent, I really need to adapt to your child's learning abilities.
Or disabilities. Sure. That's a dark place, guys. It was a dark time in my life, eh? But the thing is, I liked books. I would carry books around, but I couldn't read them. So that was the most painful thing, right? Yeah, dark times. Mothers, eh? Mothers. So...
Baby, that was very... Like, you went... south.
I dampened your mood. Sorry. It's reality. It's a true story.
It's reality, yes. But we're looking for more of an upbeat, you know.
Nah. For me, you know, I would never have an upbeat if that didn't happen.
I know. I
needed that low. I needed to take that L for me to have all these W's and these wins, you know.
Yes, my love. I understand that, but we need to.
I killed your mood.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a sad story, but it has a happy ending. Yeah, it ends with me being here or continues with me being here. So yeah. Do you want to share more? You can share an upbeat one. Not mine or hey.
You don't have any upbeat memories?
I do. Growing up, mama na narapela magwinya without fail, almost every day. So there would always be a You know these containers say maybe it's like a paint the thing, right? Like after the paint is done, you wash it out and then be like a bucket malapi. So mom would always make sure because I think there was a tuck shop called when I was growing up. So almost every day. It doesn't help that I'm from Tonota, so the stereotype continues. So for me, the smell of magunya, like maybe just driving in the CBD or whatever in the mall, then I crack open my window, it reminds me of my mom. Yeah. So magunya, me and man. Even now, if you go home, you know mom sounds right? Yeah, she still does. So magunya, Tonota, and mothers. Forever.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a lot of memories of mom, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, baby. Go. Do you have any more to share? Are you crying?
No.
You're crying. Ah, baby. So worried. I didn't mean to.
I'm not crying. Oh my gosh.
Should you end it yet?
Yeah. Anywho.
You can share. You can share more.
Fond memories of my mom.
Yeah, more memories. I think something bit me. What happened?
Yeah, but you.
This being yellow bone doesn't help.
Let's see. How's he doing?
I'm saying bye to summer. It's a little cold, but I'm just, dedicated to the look. Yeah, dedication.
Okay.
Are you done? No, fondest memory of mom. Come on.
Fondest memory of my mom.
Yeah. Aikila Bale Sharp. I know you guys used to get in trouble. Did she ever beat you?
Mama.
It
It was very rare for mom to beat us.
Serious?
Yeah, mama had I knew what to do.
Something was up. Tell me a story, Hannah.
He messed up.
When did you guys get whooped?
My mom.
Yeah. What do you guys do? Let's mix a flour.
No.
Something.
You get whooped for that.
Serious?
Let's see.
Are you sleepy?
I remember once when, as a kid, I was doing homework with my mom. My mom always helped with homework. So
Mom is smart. Yeah.
I always did homework with my mom. So she's an accountant. So I'd normally, she'd normally help me answer these long questions. This person has this, they do this, how much is left,
Oh yeah.
So she'd help me with those questions. And on one occasion, BPC being BPC, there was no power.
Wow.
So I was doing my homework using a candle. And as a child, my hair was all over.
I was like this.
So no, my hair was bigger than that.
Yeah.
So I'm there and I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I'm doing homework using a candle.
And you're a Model C child. I mean, you grew up in electricity. You have no idea. I get it.
What does that even
mean? I get it.
So anyway, I leaned too close to the candle and all I remember is my mom saying, "Phew!"
Oh no.
So and then I remember crackling and I remember the
smell
of something burning. It's my hair.
Jesus.
My hair got on fire.
And then what happened? Come on. Also come or something.
I don't think there was water close by. I think she found something
cloth.
And managed to turn it off. But I didn't get burnt or anything. It was just
just a bit.
Type.
Luckily she was there. You would have burnt.
Yes. So that's one memory that I have of her. And that memory then brought on the fact that I had short hair as a kid. Yes. As a child, I had short hair because of things. Yes. So
Jesus, man.
she trimmed my hair. She didn't cut it short. She just trimmed it. And
All right. I think that's it, babe. Let's you can stop it there, and you can tell us your fondest memory of your mother or your mother. Kind of not only biological, right?
Yes,
it's
not
people
only...
who mothered you, growing up or
raised
still
you.
mother you right now. Yeah, so it could be your mom, it could be your aunt, it could be your grandmother. I know in our culture, a lot of us are brought up or raised by grandmothers, right?
It could also be your older sibling, your sister.
Yeah, anybody who really nurtured you growing up. So tell us those stories in the comment section. We like hearing from you. We like the interaction, and we'll be excited to check out those comments either on Facebook or on YouTube, I guess.
And have an uncut version where we share the comments with everyone.
Yeah, if there are enough comments, we'll make like an extended cut of this episode and just read them out and laugh at the experiences.
Yes.
So again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to my mom as well.
Apparently next week Thursday is a holiday. What holiday is it?
I had that too. I guess so. I'll check.
Okay.
I'll check. There's something I wanted to say. I think it's a Father's Day thing. I'll address it for Father's Day, where people normally say Happy Father's Day to my mom who raised me. We'll have that conversation there for Father's Day, right? Yeah, it's very close to my heart. It's very close to my heart. So Happy Mother's Day. Don't forget to call your moms. Don't forget to text. Don't forget to buy her a little something, or just spend time with them if you can. You know, COVID being COVID, a lot of us I know how they say so just make an attempt to see them, but make sure you are tested when you go to them, because they're highly likely to be more vulnerable to COVID-19 than you are as a young person, right? Yes. So thank you so much for being here, Doek and Ty. Happy Mother's Day.
And lastly, please don't forget to check out. There was a recent release, an album. I don't know if it's Data Seiko. You say Data, I don't know why.
Dato Seiko.
Yeah, why don't you say Data?
Maybe she paying you first?
No, she's not. So anywho, please check out her album.
Say the name right. I think nobody got that.
Dato.
Spell it.
D-A-T-O.
Dato, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Seiko
she dropped an EP recently. We're a big fan of local music. We're actually planning on having, at the end of these episodes, just playing local music that we vibe to. So she released an EP that we really liked. I think the last album that we reacted to, like there's two, Gaha William, last KRM, right? We still play it in the car all the time. So right now we're bumping Data Seiko's EP, and we're excited. If she's going to have a launch session, we're going to be there, we're going to camp out and just support her. Yeah, camp out and support her. So
yes.
A big shout out to her. If you're on any digital platform, your Spotify, your Apple Music, go check out the album. I don't know if they're selling hard copies, but reach out and find out. She makes really great music. Yeah, my wife loves it to bits. So a big shout out to her for making my wife happy. Yeah. Duke and Ty. Happy Mother's Day.
They say good things come to those who wait.